Hello friends! Welcome! This is your tour guide Laura McMullen here. I hope you're having an amazing day. I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're looking forward to embarking on this adventure with me. Today we will be exploring a few of François Mitterrand's Grand Projets. But first, it is important to give some background information. The Grand Projet was an architectural program that provided Paris with modern monuments. These monuments symbolize Paris's role in art, politics, and the economy at the end of the 20th century. The program was started by François Mitterrand, who was the 21st president of France. The ambitiousness of the project and overall scale is often compared to the building plans of Louis XIV. The Grand Projets include 8 monumental buildings: the Louvre Pyramid, Musée d'Orsay, Parc de la Villette, Arab World Institute, Opera Bastille, Grand Arc de la Défense, Ministry of Finance, and the Bibliothèque Nationale de France. However, since we only have a short period of time together today, I will be showing you 4 of these monuments. Luckily, it is only a short metro ride to our first stop of the tour. Remember to watch your bags, because pickpocketing can be a problem. Our first stop of the day is Musée d'Orsay. This museum was originally a railway station called Gare d'Orsay. In 1970, permission was granted to demolish the station and build a new hotel in its place. Luckily, it was suggested to turn the train station into a museum, such that there would be a bridge between the Louvre Museum and the National Museum of Modern Art. In 1978, there was a competition organized to determine the design of the new museum. The ACT Architecture was awarded the contract, which involved them creating tons of new floor space on each of the 4 floors. In December of 1986, François Mitterrand unveiled the museum to the public. It is wonderful how the French public were able to band together to make sure that this historic monument was not demolished, instead transformed into a building that is not only beautiful, but also shows the history of the city. This is the perfect museum to visit in France if you would like to see everything displayed, which is very different from the next place we're about to visit. Now we'll jump back on the metro and travel to our next spot. We are now at the second museum of the day, the Louvre. The Louvre Museum is the world's largest museum and one of the most memorable monuments in all of Paris. The Louvre was first a fortress and then a palace before it finally became a museum. It became a museum in 1793 when the French monarchy moved to the Palace of Versailles. It houses tons of famous paintings and sculptures. Since it is the biggest museum in the world, it is virtually impossible to see everything that it has to offer in one day. It would take about 100 days to see everything in the museum if you looked at each individual piece of artwork for 30 seconds all day from open to close without even taking a break. Mitterrand worked very hard on this Grand Projet and inspected every material used in the construction himself. When Mitterrand decided to make the Louvre one of his Grand Projets, his goal was to make an impact that would last after his presidency. Although it was not widely accepted, he came up with the idea of creating an underground area of the museum that would have a glass pyramid peeking through the courtyard. It was his intention to create the pyramid to show that France is a modern country. Although the change of the Louvre was not greatly accepted by the French people originally, there has been a large increase in the amount of people who visit the museum every day. In my opinion, the way that modern architecture is incorporated with the historic building is one of the most beautiful things to see in all of Paris. Do not forget to make Mona Lisa one of your quick visits of your time at the Louvre. There will probably be a crowd, but eventually you will make it to the front and have the perfect place to take a picture. Now we are headed a little bit further away to our next stop of this tour. Our third stop of the journey is the Grand Arc de la Défense, also known as La Grande Arc. You can see this large monument after your first step out of the metro station. This monument is a 20th century version of the Arc de Triomphe, which you can see just down the road. The construction of the monument began in 1985, and Michelin made sure that the largest crane in Europe was brought in to help build it. The arch is almost a perfect cube, but it's missing its front and back sides such that it can look like an arc. It has a concrete frame covered with glass and marble, which is from Italy. It was inaugurated in July of 1989 with the grand military parades that marked the bicentennial of the French Revolution. The arch mirrors the Arc de Triomphe, which is an amazing way to show the connection between historic Paris and modern Paris. I personally enjoy this monument because I've never seen anything like it. The building is used for corporate offices. However, at the top, you can see a wonderful view of Paris. This just opened back up in July of 2017, so don't forget to take advantage of it. The perfect place to have a lunch break is on the stairs leading up to the arch. And Monoprix is just in the building next door, so it's the perfect place to buy a Schweppes agrumes while you're admiring this building. We are now going to move on to our final destination, which is on the other side of Paris, so I hope you guys brought something to do on the metro ride. Remember to watch your bags. Finally, we are at the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, which is my favorite of the Grands Projets. This building was opened in 1996 and is the last and most costly of the Grand Projets to be opened in Paris. There are 4 25-story L-shaped towers on all corners of the library. These L-shaped buildings represent open books, and the library contains more than 14 million volumes. As you can see, this is a place that many students come to study since the hallways are lined with desks. The building is open to the public, and many people take advantage of this space, as it is the perfect place to gather your thoughts. The center of the building is open to the outside, and the beautiful forest is located in the middle. There are areas where visitors are able to go outside and get a breath of fresh air. The monument is located further away from the central part of Paris, which adds to the quiet atmosphere that perfectly surrounds the library. There are many events and exhibitions that happen here, which is perfect for bringing the public into the library. The thought that went into this building can be seen perfectly through the architecture. Feel free to take a minute, relax, and enjoy the outside of this beautiful library. There are also tons of stores on the street nearby. This area is perfect just to explore around and get to know, since it is so different from everywhere else we have been today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through some fantastic buildings of architecture. This has only been a dip into the architecture that Paris has to offer to its visitors. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to visit again soon. There are so many other things here for you to see, since Paris cannot be done in one day.